How's it going, guys? Puff Films here. Today we're going to be reacting to Season 1, Episode 4 of Daredevil Born Again. This episode is titled Sic Semper Systema, which I think translates to Thus Always the System, or something like that. So I assume, because Semper Fi, right? Like it's a marine thing. Maybe we'll see Punisher. I mean, we had a lot of build up to him, Same thing with the Muse stuff. That's been building quite a bit. So I wonder when we'll even see Muse, because I'd assume. I mean, maybe we already have episode 2. Did have that weird character that showed up at Heather's place. Yeah, last episode we had the devastating loss of White Tiger, but an amazing episode. Probably the best episode we got so far. It was fully just courtroom stuff. Seeing the lawyer side of Matt, which, we didn't really get a lot of in Daredevil. We saw a decent amount of it, but it was mainly him prioritizing the Daredevil stuff. He tried to balance it in season 2, but he mainly just kind of focused on the Daredevil shit. So it was really nice to have just a full episode of him defending his client and shit like that, and actually winning the case. Of course, it was short-lived, because in the end, did they truly win? Because White Tiger was killed. It's crazy that Matt outed White Tiger though, but I'll take it, because it wasn't his secret to tell, but at the end of the day, it was the only play he had. The question is though, how's Matt going to find out about the Punisher skull and stuff? Who was responsible? Maybe there's cameras, and then maybe over here someone say, is that the Punisher? But yeah, man, it really sucks, because a lot of people were saying maybe he didn't have a lot of scenes because of what happened to the actor, and I assume that's just speculation, because it's probable that he always had a minimal role, because it is White Tiger, it's Hector, right? And in the comics, he was the White Tiger for a decent amount of time in the comics, but in terms of passing the mantle forward, I think the MCU wants to kind of do that a little bit, because at the end of the day, they're going for more of the Young Avengers kind of thing. They want people to carry the franchise for the next 10 to 15 years or whatever. Plus, White Tiger's also a street level hero, right? So maybe that could play a role if they ever build up to Devil's Reign or whatever, because that's definitely what they're building to. Yeah, I mean, outside of that, we had some intense moments with Cherry trying to get that the witness to the courtroom, and it worked, but obviously the cops got to the witness and Nikki, right? And I mean that was basically it. Matt outed White Tiger. Obviously got with some scenes with Fisk and they're obviously mentioning the Red Hook stuff over and over and over again. So something is going to happen with that is going to lead back to episode 1's beginning and the bullseye shit. Definitely. Yeah, I mean that basically sums it all up. So let's stop doodling around with this shitty intro and get right into the fucking episode. How did Powell not get his neck broke there? I saw a lot of people saying that, oh, the amulet didn't do anything. It's not going to make him invulnerable. It gives him strength, right? Oh.
I want to see my uncle, Hector Ayala.
It's best you remember Hector the way he was. Come on, let's go.
Is it her that becomes a White Tiger?
Busted up a fight with his mask off. Asshole cops were dirty. Gotta be good at math to put one and one together,
She was pretty bang on there.
Because he was just Hector from the Heights, and they're the fucking cops.
Language.
We'll find his killer, okay? We have to believe it.
You will, Matt.
You understand?
Or should I say, Daredevil will, even though, same character, all egos, Painting. Muse. Oh! Finally! He was in the trailer, but we might have seen him out of costume. Jesus. I can't tell if that's the actor. It's about time we're getting Muse. You know what's crazy about Muse too? He's barely in that many comics. I think he's only in a handful of them, but he makes a lasting impression, I feel like. And he's a very underrated villain, and I feel like it's kind of surprising that they're using him for this show. Also, who the fuck was he carrying? People don't like this theme. I'm vibing with it. It's supposed to be different. It can't be the exact same. That's lazy if it's the exact same. Like, it's a different show. It's not the exact same as Netflix, so it can't have the same intro, I feel like. And also, I love the organs of the theme. Oh, BB. I couldn't tell if that was her or not.
What can I say? I love the guy. Oh, God.
Who?
Clean Green Hollows. It's this new tech company with this dope recycling ideas.
I think she knows that Fisk killed her uncle. Damn, that's a cool little painting there. Like, you had white tiger and then, like, butterfly wings.
But you can't eat that. It will cop. Are these boxes evidence?
That was a weird scene. Like, what? What was that trying to do?
I heard Hector's niece came to the morgue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Did she...
No, God, no. No kid should see that.
I'm underwater on this Madison case, and we owe them a freebie this month. Can you just meet him down in detention?
Sure. The amount of guilt he's probably feeling now, because Hector's dead, but like, I feel like even if he stayed in prison, he'd still be dead.
We need to get out into the open. Until
Counseling.
Adam,
I'd rather not.
I understand.
you left. That was a betrayal.
You know why?
Let's let Vanessa
But you
speak
did
for a moment.
did Vanessa cheat on him when he was in
Tell
prison?
me about
Like, she didn't know he was going to come back then, but she didn't cheat on him.
Just.
Can we not?
It was like finding a clay at a garage sale. It was just... He wasn't part of my husband's world.
what world is that?
Criminal
Politics.
empire.
Business.
Has infidelity been a part of your marriage before this?
Absolutely not. Never.
You left.
Did that trigger something for you, Vanessa?
His behavior aided my mother. Crushed her. I never respected her for that.
Jesus.
Did you end the affair?
Never had the opportunity.
Wilson, did you confront this man?
Yes.
When did he do this?
We had a dialogue.
A dialogue. I beat the shit out of him.
Your methods are much more direct.
No, they were, not now. It was a conversation. There's no expression of ill intent.
Ill intent. I am the ill intent. I'm not the good Samaritan.
And where is Adam now?
Dead.
I don't know.
Was Adam the guy in the tracksuit that she put her hands on? A lot of people are saying Adam's foggy, but like, I doubt it.
Good work today. If you two don't mind, I'd love to speak to Vanessa alone for a moment, please. Just the two of us. Based on the nature of our discussion today, I feel obligated to ask. Do you feel safe in your marriage?
How sweet of you. Harming me is not one of them.
Surprised she'd be like straight up direct with Vanessa there, because like, wouldn't Vanessa just tell Fisk what she said?
I wish I could be a vigilante. I'd be out there too.
Yeah, break your fucking back just from pulling one punch. Well, maybe not break your back, but you'll pull something.
Is there a Leroy Bradford?
Oh, it's him. Okay.
Get the friggin' blind dudes. Bring on the blind justice.
Huh. You underestimating.
I said I didn't do that shit.
I understand. The thing is, the bodega where this allegedly occurred has a surveillance system.
Also, I saw them cops eating 2 boxes of that shit.
Now that I'm entirely willing to believe.
Then how come they don't arrest themselves for stealing?
Maybe they should have.
Could it have been a scroll?
What?
Nope.
A scroll? Wait, I guess the scrolls are public now, right? And I love how Matt was just like, nope, nope, definitely you.
Which means unless you can pay the bail,
I look like I got money to
you're
you.
gonna sit in jail until this whole thing is over. Probation is not gonna be on the table.
Then I ain't taking it.
Last time you got arrested for stealing, you got a 30-day sentence.
Then go out there and do your job and get me some probation.
Let me see what I can do.
See? See, that's funny.
Is he better than you? Which he technically can, right?
5.
So the guy's looking for probation.
And I'm looking for Mr. Right. Maybe we haven't been harsh enough.
Or maybe the whole idea relies on the theory that people are actually thinking about the consequences of their actions.
How'd you know I was Latvian?
Pretty sure you snuck a piece of honey cake for breakfast. Heightened sense of smell.
I can imagine wanting to know a little bit more about that. Given your cultural sensitivity and your very impressive nose,
What is he doing? Is he fucking whizzing up?
arguing philosophy in criminal court arena.
You started it.
One time only last and final offer. Mr. Bradford can have 10 days.
Alright, 10 days, sure.
See, I knew you believed in redemption.
Oh, I don't. I don't.
He's just, like, I don't know what it is with Matt. He's a Marvel player.
Oh.
Oh, Powell.
Thought I recognized that voice. Shit, I gotta go. Murdock.
Oh damn,
Funny
he's
how we keep finding
healed
each other.
pretty
Isn't it?
fast.
He flat out embarrassed you, and you can't have that at the NYPD. Is that why you did it? You had a future, and you took that away.
I don't know if it was Powell. What are you gonna do? In public?
My grandfather wore this badge.
I don't care.
Four of my fucking cousins wear this badge.
Language, don't care.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't think it was Powell.
An attorney who assaults a police officer? That's something that the Bar Association's gonna take lightly.
And good luck proving it. Like, how's he gonna prove that a blind man beat the shit out of him?
If I say Red Hook, what words come to mind?
Raves? Decrepit?
Red Hook, dude. Ever since the beginning of episode 1, it's constantly being brought up. And Red Hook seems to be connected to Fisk and Vanessa. And Foggy was investigating it, and that got him killed. Maybe. Foggy could still be alive, to be fair, if they follow the comics, right? I doubt it, though. I mean, I don't know. That looked like it was in the heart. Like, well, close to the heart. Lung.
I hear you saying that my plan is improbable, but not impossible. Where do we start?
So Buck knows about Fisk's criminal activity. She's the more innocent one. Daniel's like the fanboy.
The public advocate to put it on the docket.
That's the first step.
I was basically gonna say everything that you did.
I can't wait to see him snap. It's gonna happen. Like, it's building up.
How is that great news?
There is no probation to be had here. This is the best deal you're gonna get.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you were caught red-handed.
I missed my SSI appointment and they cut my benefits. But it takes forever to get that shit back regular. Then you gotta...
Interesting music.
They're willing to spend 5 times more to lock me up than they're willing to spend to feed me.
The system's flawed. Fisk hates this. Mayor Garbage Union Buster. Is that BB's news thing?
How are we gonna fix that?
There is no we. I was here before you and I was here before Fisk, and I will be here long after you're both gone.
She's dead. She's gonna die this season. She's dead as fuck.
Now for our next one.
No.
He's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Also, the way he stood up reminded me of, and started clapping, reminded me of the Shia LaBeouf thing. Where he stands up and claps.
I want an all-hands meeting now.
Jesus.
Where am I?
Where am I? It's just the same song again.
Mayor Garbage, is that it? Is that your best? I will find out which one of you leaked this. I will find
Is Daniel
out.
gonna
It was
confess
me,
it?
sir. I screwed up.
Everybody out.
Oh shit.
I went out to a club till 4:30, maybe even 5, and stupid, and I didn't mean to do it, but I did do it, and I know that's unforgivable. I don't deserve this job. And I never did.
There's no way he's gonna talk him down. Because every time someone betrayed Fisk, he killed them, right? But this is gonna show that he's changed.
I'll pack my things right away.
Like I said, I'm not gonna fire you. I know how unreliable people can be.
Sir, I don't deserve to.
Daniel, just shut up.
Are you trying to argue yourself out of a job? In the fullness of time, you'll make a better man.
Maybe he sees himself in it.
If you ever do anything like that again, it will be the last thing that you ever do.
Surely when he makes a threat like that, she knows that he means killing. Muse. So we've seen Muse's paintings every episode. Episode 3 it would have been the Punisher skull. Episode 2 or 1 it would have been the... Oh shit. That was a different shot. It went downhill. Found it. Like, how's this gonna help him? Is there a Punisher skull on it or some shit? What did he smell there? Can he smell who the person is? Like, the scent of it? I don't know if that was ever established in his powers. Where is he? Is Frank here? How would he... Just from smelling the bullet, he knew it was Frank? Oh, yep, that's definitely Frank. Jesus. How the fuck did he find him?
What are you doing here? Hey, Ben, good?
This is the first scene they've had since season 2.
Client of mine was shot, Frank. Guess whose logo I found on the bullet casing?
Oh, that's why. Yeah, the logo.
Bullshit fanboys, huh?
Yeah, no. cops. Nice place you got here.
Appreciate that.
He's been active though. He's got like cuts on his face and stuff.
Could be a service.
Were you of service, Red? Did you serve? Thank you for your service.
I mean, you could help people. You could save lives.
Let me ask you something, man.
Oh, I apologize. I didn't realize you were a victim in all this.
Don't piss him off.
I used that pussy ass word my entire life. You don't put it in my mouth. You understand
All
that?
right, so you tell me what's going on, buddy. What are you doing down here?
But I do not have time for your candy ass hero shit. I'll tell you what I think, Red.
Tell me.
See, I think you want my permission. You want to get your hands on somebody, huh? Not scared about what that means.
Way off on that one.
You're so full of shit, counselor. You're so full of shit. You're guilty.
Excuse me?
You come at me with that horse shit about saving lives. How about that friend of yours? You save his life.
Oh.
It's not about him.
Then say his name.
It's not about him.
It is about him.
Say his name, you coward! Say his name! You hate yourself. He's eating you up because you ain't done a goddamn thing about it.
God damn it. God damn you.
What are you sorry for? First honest thing you did, Red. He talks to you, doesn't he? Hear his voice. You do, don't you? I hear his voice.
Don't be hitting me with this.
He says, get him, Daddy.
Fuck me.
Every single one of them, get him.
Jon Bernthal did. He just pulls you in.
You didn't do a goddamn thing, and it's gonna keep eating at you. It's gonna keep eating and eating and eating. There's no getting away with it. You understand?
Come on, Matt.
I let the system take care of the rest.
Oh, you and your goddamn system. You and your goddamn system. So what now? Everyday Bullseye goes to the chow hall, eats his slop. You know he gets to breathe the same air that you breathe. You feel good about that? He got life!
He's gonna escape though, Matt.
How about old Foggy?
He's not
He
got
got
life.
life.
Guys like you and me, we could work a lifetime and never measure up to his decency. Goodbye, Frank.
No. Team up with him. Take down them fucking cops together. Jesus, what a fucking scene. That almost got me. That acting was fucking great.
Should I?
What if Muse is working for Fisk and the body he was carrying at the beginning was Adam?
I was a boy.
Oh my god, he said it. When I was a boy. He fucking said it.
I'm not the same woman I was when you left.
No, you aren't, are you?
I mean, he's not the same man. He's slightly different.
You don't have to be sorry.
Really?
Maybe a tiny bit. What if he fell into the subway tracks? Maybe somebody kidnapped him.
Kidnapped?
Maybe he needed the Heimlich and there was no one to give it. I'm excellent at the Heimlich.
Oh, yeah?
What the fuck? I haven't seen Cherry this episode.
I know, I'm sorry about that, Matt.
Another client serving time at Rikers for stealing a bag of caramel corn.
Sounds a bit excessive. Not so garden variety couple in crisis.
None of which you can tell me about.
Uh-oh.
I got pretty used to coming home to an empty apartment.
And now?
Yeah, so get out of here. When's she gonna find out he's Daredevil? It's gonna happen. I still can't get over that scene with Frank. Jesus Christ. Where's all these scars? Like from Nobu and shit. I mean, I guess it's been a while. Come on, Matt. Put the suit back on. Come on. Oh, the painting. Oh! I mean, that was in the trailer, the trailer shot, but like, put the black one on. The black with the red eyes. Yes. Come on, give it to me. Adam.
Mayor Fisk, would you agree with that? Adam.
Who the fuck is that, dude? I don't even recognize him.
Let me out!
Oh. Don't end it. You... Muse? Yeah. Yeah, like, how does this connect into it? I don't recognize Adam. I thought it was a... Whoa, okay. Yeah. Some creepy shit. Ah, yeah. God damn, dude. I already know what people are going to be thinking with this episode. We're 4 episodes in. Matt hasn't suited up yet. So like I said, we need to earn it back. Like, Matt needs to bring the devil out. Frank is the one to convince him to get back into the business. Like, it's about Foggy, it's about Bullseye. Like, it's that guilt. You need to just put the suit back on, right? And that's why Matt, like, is being a lawyer, because that's what Foggy wanted, right? Like, season 3, for instance, is a good example. Like, Foggy wanted to do it the right way and not, like, the vigilante way. But the vigilante way is the way that worked, right? Because the system's always fucked, and this episode proved it even more. And last episode with, okay, we won the case with Hector, but then Hector's killed. I do feel like they kind of like pushed away his death. Like, oh, it's just like, oh yeah, White Tiger's dead. It felt like that, but obviously they've set up his niece to be the next one in line to take up the mantle, I assume. I don't get how Matt found out where Frank was. Like, he just felt the skull on the bullet and then just fucking found him. Like, how did he know where he was? Maybe he's been keeping eyes on him. He's blind, but you know what I mean. Like, he's been keeping tabs on Frank and his activities. That's probably why he found him pretty easily. You know what is crazy, though? The fact that we had a scroll mention, like, that's such an interesting thing to bring up. Because, like, Secret Invasion, let's be honest, wasn't that great. It started a little bit stronger, kind of like what they were going for at the beginning, like the espionage shit, but then it just fell apart, like, in the last few episodes. It started strong, and then it just kind of went flat. Yeah, like, you have, like, scroll mentions, you have Frank saying Bullseye, which is interesting, because I don't think they've ever established him being Bullseye in the Netflix show, right? He was never established to be Bullseye. They teased it, you know, they had, like, the cap and, like, the flashback scene. They had, like, some of the, like, Bullseye, like, looking things on him, but they never explicitly said, like, oh yeah, he's Bullseye, or, like, he didn't give himself that name, unless he gave himself that name in between season 3 and 4. I'd love to get some flashbacks with Dex and just see, like, what happened after season 3 and how he got out of that, you know, that surgery and stuff, and, like, why he went after Foggy. Because I still find it strange. It was connected to Red Hook. We got a few memes this episode. Funnily enough, we got fucking Fisk standing up and clapping. Reminded me of the Shia LaBeouf meme. Or the GIF. Frank, I don't know if Frank actually said, "Let me ask you something, Bed." Did he say that? He might have. And then you've got, like, the ill intent and When I Was a Boy in the same episode. That's fucking wild. I am the ill intent. Now he just needs to say, I'm not here to threaten you, I'm here to kill you. I feel like the Adam reveal was a bit weird. Because it's like, he had, like, long hair and a beard, and it's like, who the fuck is that? Is that the guy that Vanessa had her shoulders on? Because I feel like that would have made the most sense. Like, a character we've seen before, but it seems like it's a character we've never seen. Apparently the scene with Frank was a reshoot. I'm glad. Because I'm curious how that scene would have played out originally. Because I think Jon Bernthal wasn't a fan of how they used him in the original version of Born Again. And now, like, with the Punisher showrunner coming on board for the overhaul, they've obviously made Frank's scenes hit a little bit better. Because that was the best scene in this episode. Not just because it was Frank, but because it actually hit. You know, that emotion, you felt it between both of them, you know? Like, it actually almost got me. Almost. I was very close to, like, I got a little bit, you know, got a little bit of watery eyes. I got, you know, like, that hit. It hit. It's just, like, the thing that gets me is, like, fucking great acting. And the fact that, you know, like, you feel what Matt feels. Like, I mean, we felt it in episode 1, right? We saw Foggy die. It hit us like a fucking truck. It hit Matt like a truck. And then when Matt starts to, like, kind of get them words out on, like, how he's feeling and about everything, about Foggy and about Bullseye, like, you just feel that emotion, and that's mainly, like I said, it's down to the writing and it's down to Charlie Cox and Jon Bernthal. Every scene them two share together is always, like, a scene that you're glued to. Like the scene with him in the graveyard in season 2, like when he talks about, like, what happened to his family and stuff, like that was brutal. Like that scene. Like, obviously the rooftop scene from season 2, episode 3. You're just one bad day away from being me. It was very similar to that. In a good way, though. Like, it felt like that was earned. I just, yet again, I don't know how he found Frank. That's the kind of weird thing there. Maybe there was a scene cut or something like that, but, like, it just felt weird that he just felt the Punisher skull, and then he was like, yep. Matt kind of already knew about the corrupt cop stuff that wear the Punisher logos, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what Frank's been doing then. Because, like, he's growing out a beard. Is he in hiding? Is he, like, trying to... It looks like he's been active, though, because he's, like, got cuts on his face, like I said in that scene. The scene with Fisk in the school choir shit was amazing. And then he goes to a meeting, and then they're literally singing the same fucking song to him, and he's just like, I'm gonna kill everyone in this fucking building. Like, I guess also we know the answer to what Fisk has been doing, right, and why his knuckles are bloody. He's been beating the shit out of Adam. It definitely feels like next episode, or the next 2 episodes, because next week we're getting 2 episodes, right? We're gonna see Matt suit up. I mean, he went down on I guess he didn't go down. He went on the roof, and then all his masks were there. So, I mean, maybe next episode we get Daredevil with Punisher, maybe. I mean, there has to be a Punisher and Daredevil team up, right? To take down the corrupt cops. In terms of an episode, though, I think it was a good episode. I could definitely see people getting a bit antsy with it. Like, come on, where's Daredevil? Let him suit up. But it's like, I mean, like I said last episode, the episode before that, he has to earn the right to put that suit back on. And last episode was really good, and we didn't have any Daredevil stuff. This episode was really good, and, you know, obviously we got we didn't really get a little bit of Daredevil stuff, but we're gonna get Daredevil stuff. Like, next week, it's season 1, you know, they've got to build him back up. And we've had some Daredevil action in She-Hulk and Echo and stuff like that, so we've had a bit of Daredevil throughout the last few years anyway, you know? I want to see the lawyer stuff, but, like, I wouldn't, honestly, the first half of the season being focused on the lawyer stuff, with, like, bits of Daredevil, which we did kind of have. We had, like, him beating the shit out of, like, Powell and stuff at the end of episode 2, and then episode 1's beginning had, you know, him being Daredevil fighting Bullseye. So, you know, I'm okay with the first 4, maybe 4.5 episodes being focused on, like, Matt, and then he suits up maybe, hopefully, next episode, and then, I mean, it doesn't even matter if it's going to be next episode or not. We're getting 2 episodes next week, so if he doesn't suit up in episode 5, he'll probably suit up in episode 6. Yeah, man, I wonder what's going on with that, the Muse stuff. Who's he carrying? Like, he's obviously killed a few people. His powers are weird in the comics. I don't know if they'll actually commit to his powers or not. But you never know. I mean, Daredevil is always, like, it's grounded, but they've had other stuff that were a bit more, like, fantasy and a bit more, like, wild. There was, like, magic. Obviously, you had Iron Fist. So it's, like, obviously, you know, you have the Hand, which they were resurrecting people and stuff. So that has a bit of an element in the Netflix Daredevil. So they could easily do the Muse thing. Like, he could genuinely just be how he was in the comics, but because his powers are wacky. But I don't want to, like, spoil what, like, his powers are, because I think that's going to play a role in some episode, I feel like. I guess it basically confirms that Muse is responsible for all the paintings then, right? Because it showed the paintings and then it showed Muse. And it also showed the White Tiger painting, so I guess maybe he was responsible for that. Like, all the murals. Like, you've got Kingpin, Punisher, and then you had the White Tiger one. So they've been teasing him throughout each episode. Like, technically, episode 1 you had Kingpin. Episode 2, we might have seen him out with a mask. Episode 3 was the Punisher one, and episode 4 was the White Tiger mural. So we've seen Muse every episode. Remember, that kid went up to heaven and said, like, he's having troubles. Or whatever, so it's just oddly specific that they just bring that random character in just to say that, and then don't explain, like, what or why. Also, I will say, though, Heather, in terms of her character, she's kind of bland. Like, we're 4 episodes in now, and she's just not done anything that, like, makes me captivated by her, in terms of her character. Like, her character's very boring, I feel like. It's crazy to me, Matt had more chemistry with that girl in the courtroom than, you know, he does with Heather. But yeah, Daniel, I can definitely see how Fisk sees himself in Daniel. Vincent D'Onofrio is so good. I mean, everyone was good in this episode, like fucking Jon Bernthal and Charlie Cox, and just, yeah. Just weird that we didn't see Cherry, though. Like, we saw Heather, we saw McDuffie, right? Is it Brit? Like, listen, there's still new characters, right? And we barely see them. Kirsten. Right, Kirsten McDuffie, Kirsten McDuffie, that's it, that's not Brit. There's a lot of new characters I've got to deal with, right? So I'm not going to get all the names straight away. Like, I'm going to get the established characters, and the characters we know, because obviously. Like, it's weird that Cherry wouldn't help out with the investigation of the White Tiger stuff. You know, Matt just went out on his own to do it. The thing is, though, I hope with the corrupt cop stuff with Punisher and Daredevil, I hope they bring in Brett. Because it would really suck if we don't see Brett Mahoney in this season. Because, like, he's always been dead connected to, like, the Daredevil stuff. And, I mean, he was mainly really connected to Foggy, to be honest. Like, Foggy was always the one that kind of approached Brett. And now with Foggy dead. Or is Foggy dead? Because I've seen a lot of speculation online that he could still be alive. But I think that's mainly based on the comics. Because in the comics, he goes into witness protection and dies. And he isn't allowed to get out of witness protection. And he tries to get out of it. So maybe that's what's happening. Like, maybe because he investigated Red Hawk, he was put under witness protection. But, like, he died. Matt heard his heartbeat stop. Like, why didn't we go more in depth with, like, the Red Hawk stuff? Like, who's Benny? What's going on with Red Hook? The fact that it was dangerous enough for Bullseye to go after Foggy, then there has to be more to it, right? And obviously it's connected to Vanessa and Fisk. Like, something's happening there. But yeah, they're definitely going to adapt the Devil's Reign storyline. I can see them building to that. I just don't know, like, who they're going to have in it. Because, like, Spider-Man obviously is a 50-50. Like, it's only if Sony are willing to allow that. I mean, the only way they'll allow it is Defenders, like, movie or something. The Defenders Devil's Reign. So you'd have, like, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Spider-Man, Moon Knight, Punisher, obviously Daredevil, Echo, Hawk, Girl. But then you have to have, like, a team for Fisk. So you'd probably have, like, Scorpion, Muse, Mr. Fear. I don't know why I always want Mr. Fear. I'm assuming Mr. Fear could be who Matthew Lillard is playing in Season 2. That or fucking Stiltman, but I don't know about that one. The Stiltman might be a bit too much. I think Mr. Fear would be more in line with, like, the grounded nature of Daredevil. The Daredevil thing is like a man without fear, right? So that would be interesting to have Mr. Fear in there, because then he has something to fear. And in a way, technically, you could apply it to this season, right? He fears putting that mask back on because of Foggy. That scene with Fang was so good, though. Like, him saying that, you know, like, his kid talks to him and says, like, go get him, Daddy. Get every last one of them. And that's like, Foggy's probably saying the opposite, right? He's like, Matt, don't put the mask on, don't do it, don't do it. Or maybe he is trying to convince him, I don't know. I just kind of wish we, like, if he was talking to Foggy, I just kind of wish we saw that, you know? Like, at least have the actor in there, instead of having him show up for the first, like, 15 minutes of a fucking episode, of episode 1, you know? At least have the actor show up in different episodes, like, maybe you hear his voice, and we actually get a scene with Matt and Foggy. Like maybe that could happen in the finale. Like, we actually see Matt talk to Foggy in the finale or something. Yeah, like I said, really solid episode. It keeps getting better and better, and obviously as we get towards the end of the season, we're going to be getting even juicier shit, because it's going to be new stuff. You know, it's not going to be like weirdly stitched together between two different, like, shows in a way, technically. Because, like, one show was before the overhaul, and then another one was after the overhaul. Like, the scene with Frank, I guess, is an overhaul stuff. And then and then there's obviously a lot of other scenes that was pre-overhaul. I'm excited to see next week, because we got 2 episodes next week, and we've already, like, hinted at the Muse stuff. I assume episode 5 might be the episode Daredevil suits up, because from what I've read of the original, like, version of this show, I think it was episode 4 that he suits up. But because they added that extra episode 1 for the overhaul stuff, then technically it would be episode 5 that he suits up. Now, hopefully it's not at the end of episode 5, and then episode 6 we actually see him fully suit up, but at the end of the day it doesn't matter, we're getting 2 episodes next week anyway. So, hopefully it's like halfway through episode 5 that he suits up, and then goes after... Like, I just don't get how the Muse stuff connects into it, because it's weird, because, like, we've seen glimpses of, like, the murals, and then we've just suddenly got Muse this episode, with no explanation as to, like, who he is, what he's doing, why he's doing it. There's multiple storylines going on right now. There's, like, Fisk going back to his old ways, Matt going... Like, I kind of like that... it's not really... Is it a juxtaposition? I guess it kind of is. Like, I mean, I guess it's more of a... I guess more of it's, like, symbolism of, like, okay, they're both going back to their old ways secretly, right? Like, Matt's, like, training to be Daredevil again, and Fisk is, you know, eating more, but, like, he's got Adam captive. Excited for next week, because 2 episodes, hopefully 2 bangers, because so far every episode has been pretty good. And I'm not going to bother comparing it to the Netflix show, like, oh, the Netflix show was better, like, who gives a fuck? It's still good, it's still Daredevil, right? It's better than any other fucking Disney Plus Marvel show right now, so I'll take it. That basically sums it all up. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I will see you for the next one. Ta-ta and farewell.